Referring back to the last example, we're looking at the linear relationship between drinks per week and GPA in the college students. We're asked to predict the GPA for an individual with 10 drinks per week, and is that considered extrapolation? So what we want to do is take our equation for our line that we found in the earlier example, and we want to plug in the value here of 10 for our x, because x was drinks. So we had 3.392 minus 0.0266 times x, so we plug in a 10 there. What we're going to get then is a predicted GPA of 3.126. To be considered extrapolation, this number would have to be outside the range of our data, and it is not. 10 is within the range of the x's that we actually have in the data set, so this is not extrapolation. The next one asks us to find the residual and the predicted value for a person in the data set who had drinks of 4, that is our x, and a GPA of 3, which would be a y. So we have a data point in our data set at 4 and 3. So the predicted value first is just what we did in part A, but with a different x value. So we take our equation for our line and plug in 4. That gives us a predicted value of 3.2856. And this person actually has a value of 3. So our residual is defined to be the difference between the y value and the predicted value. Visually, the y is where the data point is, the y hat is where the line is. So we have that vertical distance between the two spots. So we take 3, the actual y, minus this predicted value, and we end up with a residual of negative 0.2856. So we could find this residual for every single person in the data set. And then we want to interpret our slope and our intercept. So for the intercept, which is 3.392, it does make sense here to interpret that value because we can have an x of 0. So the intercept is what value you'll get for y if x is 0, and in some contexts, an x of 0 makes no sense. But here we can say that a student who has 0 drinks, and this is per week, is expected to have a GPA of 3.392. Okay, then our slope, which is this negative value, negative 0.0266, tells us the relationship between x and y. And what it tells us is as x goes up by 1, this is the amount of change we'll see in our y. So as x goes up 1, that would be for each additional drink per week, or you could say as number of drinks per week increases by 1. What we're seeing is we expect GPA, which is our y, to decrease by an amount of the slope, which is 0.0266. So we are seeing a decrease because of the negative. If you have a problem where you have a positive, then you increase by the amount of the slope.